I am at a restaurant with my family and we are about to celebrate my sister's birthday. As soon as we arrive, I head inside to let the hostess know that we need a table for 6. And the hostess is basically the person that makes the reservations, show you where your table is. But when I got into the restaurant, I noticed that the hostess was staring at me and giving me the look as if I was Brad Pitt or a piece of cake. I can tell that she's gonna be the one that is gonna help me to find my table. I said, "Hey, how are you today?" And she responds, "Good," with a smile on her face. I need a table for 6. And then she's like, "Okay, sounds good." But the only thing is that the restaurant is a little bit busy right now. So if you wait outside and if you give me your name and your phone number, we're gonna text you whenever your table is ready. Yeah, sure, I said to her. My name is David and my phone number is. I head outside to join my family on the benches, but I cannot stop thinking about the way that she was looking at me and the smile that she had on her face when she first saw me. I sat down on the bench next to my grandma, and maybe 2 minutes later, I get a notification on my phone. Don't worry, it's not her. It's a notification from the restaurant. Your table is ready. Family gets in, she showed us where our table is and all of that. After maybe 10 minutes, we order our food and everything. I started thinking about how I'm gonna approach her and ask for her Instagram. But since she's working and she's a little bit busy, I'm not gonna ask for her Instagram. I'm gonna give her my phone number so that she can text me. So I grab a napkin and a pen that the bartender gave me. Once I have my number on the napkin, I tell my family, "Oh yeah, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick." I get up and I start walking towards her. But as I'm getting closer to the front, I noticed that there was like maybe 10, 15 people in the front. And this is making me nervous and anxious because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna approach her. What about if they hear me? What about if she rejects me in front of them? What about if the manager is around and he sees that? The closer I was getting, the more nervous I was getting. I reach the front. There she is. And I pull her aside. Excuse me, I got a problem. She looks a little concerned as if there's something wrong. And then I said to her, my problem is that I got a text message from the restaurant, but I didn't get a text message from you. So when I said that, she started giggling, she started smiling because she didn't expect that at all. And then I'm like, my name is David and I just saw you and I think that you're cute. What's your name? Vanessa, she says with a big smile on her face. Oh, Vanessa, I'll meet you. I was gonna ask you for your Instagram, but I know that you're working and it's a little bit busy. So instead, I'm gonna give you my phone number. I give her the napkin, and then I'm like, "Hey, Vanessa, nice to meet you." Kind of in a way of, okay, this is like a goodbye, you know. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm gonna go back, right? But I guess that she didn't get that, so she just stayed there, and it just becomes a little bit awkward because she's just standing there. She wants me to keep talking, but I'm like, okay, like you're busy, and I need to go back. So I was like, oh yeah. Once again, nice to meet you. And then I leave. As I'm walking towards my table, all I'm thinking is, oh my god, she's not gonna text me. That was awkward as fuck. She could tell that I was nervous. My performance wasn't great. I was stuttering, like thinking you're cute. Everything wasn't perfect. My performance wasn't great. That happened on Sunday. On Tuesday, I'm hanging out with my friend. I am on his car. And all of a sudden, the fuck? I receive a notification on my phone. Hey, this is Vanessa from Olive Garden. This is David, right? I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like going crazy, and my friend noticed, like, what the fuck happened, bro? Because I was just like, I couldn't believe that she texted me after the poor performance that I had, and after it was awkward and I was nervous. She texted me afterwards. The huge mistake that I used to make back then. If I would see a cute girl at school or maybe at the mall or at a grocery store, I wouldn't talk to them because the fact of talk to them would make me anxious. Therefore, I would be like, oh, they're gonna see that I'm anxious and therefore they're not gonna like the conversation. But when I would see a guy, maybe let's say at the gym or at school, if he was wearing something that I like, let's say, I don't know, fucking Goku. I never watched Goku, but let's say Goku. Or shit like that, you know, where I could be like, bro, I like your shirt, or I like your watch, or I like your shoes. I wouldn't say anything. Because I was like, oh no, if I say that, I'm gonna be nervous, and therefore I shouldn't be talking to them. And I always wanted my jokes, my compliments, my approaches to be 100% good. 100% good. If I tell a joke, they must laugh. If I give a compliment or if I say something to if I ask a girl out, it should be perfect with no stuttering, with a perfect tone. With like James Bond say, you wanna go out, right? I wanted everything. And you know what? Since perfect. I didn't talk to the guy at the gym or at school, or since I didn't approach the girl at the grocery store, I miss on so many opportunities to find my next beautiful wife or girlfriend or my next, and all of that because of anxiety. And not just because of anxiety itself, it was because I would think that if I approach someone when I'm nervous, they're gonna able to see that and therefore they're not gonna like me. And I wanna nail this point to your brain and mind and tell you that every single time when you think that people can see that you're either awkward, anxious, or nervous, no, they cannot see that, and it's just in your head. Please listen. And you might disagree with me, but I had opportunities where I asked the people that became my friends, or even girls, after like getting closer and like talking more, they couldn't see that I was awkward or that I was anxious. Like literally, no one that I talked to, they've ever said, yeah, to be honest, bro, you were a little. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He was a little bit awkward. He was a little bit shy and nervous. No one has said that to me. I was dying and crippling with anxiety when I was talking to them. And I was like, oh my God, they can see that I'm awkward. They can see that I'm nervous. I asked the same person, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You were not anxious at all. You're lying to me. No, you don't have social anxiety. What do you mean by that? Because people cannot tell when you're anxious or when you're awkward or when you're nervous. They can't. Even last week, I think it was on Tuesday, at work. I work in a restaurant, so sometimes we have some type of like really like special events, right? And it was only me and this girl that was working for this event. And we were talking about our careers, what she wants to do, our dreams, and all of that. And then I said to her, yeah, my dream is I want to help other people with social anxiety because I struggled with that in the past. And then this girl looked at me. By the way, this girl is so, like, she's like the prettiest and the hottest girl that works there, right? So, like, I was like, oh, shit, like, wow, right? Nice. Did you have social anxiety in the past? And then I was like, yeah, when I first started working here, I don't know if you noticed, I had really bad social anxiety and I would be super nervous all of the time. She looked at me in the eyes and she said, wow, really? You know, I never thought that you were an socially anxious person or that you ever had social anxiety in the past, to be honest. And you know, to be honest with you, to be frank, honest with you, I destroyed that belief. I knew that she was gonna say, hey, you don't look like you have social anxiety, because freaking people cannot tell, bro. It's all in here, right? That's why I started. That's what I learned. And even, bro, you know what's so beautiful? Even what's so beautiful, right? First, people cannot tell that you're nervous, so you should go and talk to them. And even if you stutter, right? This has happened to me so fucking many times where I talk to people. Of course I'm gonna be nervous, right? Of course I'm gonna not be perfect. I'm gonna stutter. I'm not gonna say the right things. And even my accent, right? My English, right? I'm not gonna say the right things. I'm gonna make mistakes. But you know what's so beautiful? After those mistakes, just like the story that I just told you, where I had an awkward moment, where I was nervous, where I stuttered, where I said it, when I spoke to her with an accent. You know what's so beautiful? After that, she still wanted me. The same thing. I have so many stories that I could tell you, but I don't want to make this too long. Those mistakes are just mistakes, and people know that. People just understand. People just acknowledge that you just make a mistake. But they're not gonna fucking kill you. They're not gonna fucking reject you. They're not gonna be like, oh shit, this guy, this starter, he's a loser. No fucking not. Because people crave love too. People crave connection, just like you. You know, that's one of the things that helped me to talk to people at the gym, especially guys. Because guys are so lonely nowadays. They wanna be spoken, right? Another fact about women. 95% of girls want to be approached. They wish that someone would approach them. And that's one of the things that helped me. So probably know him. This is my idol, right? You see, even he said, "Oh, I stutter sometimes." You know, someone that has had so many girls in the past, so many friends. He said, "I stutter too." So it's never about how perfect you are, how good your performance is. It's just about just open your mouth and just see how the conversation is. When I focus on the other person, just listen to them and I enjoy the conversation. I get to know the other person instead of, are they like me? Do they like me? Am I being awkward? Am I being anxious? Can they see that? No fucking not. They cannot see that. And even if I am nervous, they're just gonna acknowledge that I'm a little bit nervous and they're gonna move on. You know, if this I've had this, you know, I'm so happy that I found this out after years. You know, you don't have to be a fucking James Bond and baby, this is who I am, right? You don't have to do that, and that's a beautiful part. So that's why I'm talking to people, because it's like, regardless of how I feel, because I like to go to the gym, right? I like to fucking go to the gym, and it's like saying, oh, I don't feel like going to the gym today, therefore I'm not gonna show up. Right? It's like, it is the same thing. Yes, fair enough. It feels fucked up. I feel it too sometimes, and that's okay. You know, if you feel nervous, if you feel anxious, that's okay. What are you gonna do about it? You know, just because you feel anxious, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't talk. And that's something that I learned. Just because I feel like not talking to them, I'm not gonna stop talking to them. Of course, I'm gonna go and approach them. And yeah, so just go and talk to people. They cannot see that you're nervous, and you'll be able to find amazing friendships and relationships, even though you approach them with anxiety and with your nerves, right? So that was the video. If you want me to personally help you with social anxiety, if you're fucking tired of social anxiety just like I was, reach out to me on my Instagram. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. Thank you for watching, man.